Okay, I've got our book of the month. Just want to give you a heads up because people are wondering how in the world are some of these people moving through the ranks so quickly. And some of the folks have been in this industry for a while. I remember when Matt Curtis was in the industry for years when I was in my late 20s and early 30s and had no success. But him and myself were on book of the month. We always read books for all these years, all right? He was a carpenter, right? Mike Hernandez, I'm not taking anything away from him. He tells you all the time that he never graduated high school. He's been reading or listening now to the audio books, multiple ones. He doesn't just listen to the book of the month. He steps it up to the next one because he's the one, and Renita and Scott and the leaders on our team, they help us pick the next book of the months. So you want to get yourself ahead of the game, and you could say to me, hey, Steve, we're a team. I think this is a good book. We should implement it in the team. I mean, you want to be ahead of the books that we're reading. But the books that you're getting out of this John Maxwell book, this is his best book ever on personal growth. There's probably, other than How to Win Friends and Influence People, this is the second best growth book you're ever going to read. So you want to be reading. I could go and read all the highlights, all right? But there's so many of them, okay, in here. But you see all the highlights. All I could find was a pink highlighter that morning or whatever, right? But they're underlined. They're all over the place. So you're seeing, like, I mean, it's kind of amazing how the kid that negotiated his way out of high school, me, is telling you to read, right? So you might want to think that could be something that could be. And now you could put it on audio anyways. I usually, on the audio, I like it so much that I order the book as well so I can have both. But I want to encourage you. You heard what Jack Canfield said yesterday, how important it is to read. And we're going to pick his book of the month coming up because all those success stories that he talked about. Now, Emily is telling me it's a long read, but you know what? If you're going to win and have that kind of life-changing, what is the guy, a 4 millionaire or whatever? Would you read the book to be a 4 millionaire? 21-hour read. I mean, get the audio, get the book, and make it happen. Are you with me? So don't get the book, when it comes this thick, don't say, oh my gosh, right? Say, oh my, this is an opportunity for us to learn and to win together. So don't take this lightly. And then you got to help on your team. Like maybe you could throw some zingers, and ask them about a chapter or whatever to see if they're really reading. I mean, it's your team. I mean, it's up to you if you are your team. You could see mine coming across the stage, all right? They're using the books. They're reading their guide and they're implementing in their team. Remember this. Your goal is to implement what the people are teaching, what these leaders are teaching today. You're going to implement in your team. So you start doing home get-togethers. You start doing smaller gatherings. I love the home and the clubhouse meetings because hotel meetings aren't as duplicatable as they used to because they cost so much money. All right. But as your group gets bigger, you're going to have to get some hotel rooms. Right? But don't be afraid to start stepping out and making it happen. I love the fact that so many leaders were having their own get-togethers on Friday night because it's your moment for your team. You start implementing your leadership in your team and helping them win. It's your time. I don't care if you're here by yourself or you're here with 3 people. Start doing what they were teaching us, what Jack was teaching us, visioning you having a meeting this big. You got to start visioning. I'm going to have this. When Gene and I were taught, we picked up the phone just like you, July 1st, 2022, and started making phone calls. Did we know that Renita and Scott were going to say yes? No, we just called them. We prayed they say yes. I remember the phone call. I've already seen the patches. So what? You don't know. I saw them before too. You don't know how big this is. Am I right? Where's Renita? Am I right? That's what I said. Okay, I told her, I called her out and said, hey, I don't care if you've seen these before. This is too big to miss. All right. And she's only like the second person I called. And I'm already saying this is too big. Am I right, Renita? I was already calling it out and I didn't even know. I'm praying that this is going to be our group one day. So start envisioning that and don't take lightly book of the month. All right. Okay. Now, couple things to go over. This is part of setting up your game plan. If you don't have a big dream, what did I say last night? 2 most important things in business is you got to have a dream if you're going to succeed. That's going to keep you going. I love David Schmidt's story. I'm so glad I didn't tell it on the stage because when he came out after us, was that a story? When first of all, I told you that he wasn't sorting out. That's another zinger for you to talk to people because networkers are going to start looking for you. And when they come to you, they're going to say, what's different about LifeWave? All right. What did I say? We got a non-Me Too product. It's patented and it works. Okay. Number 2 was David Schmidt He didn't sought after to be a network marketing company. Any other network marketing company out there, people were going to be, I'm going into network marketing. All right. Where's Jen's? Right. I mean, you don't know all the network marketing company owners. I don't either, but 99% had to think, I'm going to start a network marketing company, and they go find a product. Totally different with David. He went out to invent something big, and then he didn't even want to take it through a network. Does that sound familiar? And he did anyways. And look at what a blessing. Not only are they being blessed by his technology, but they're being blessed financially, blessed by a community of positive people. So many blessings when you're in this industry. Am I right, Cindy? I mean, it's amazing. All right. So, and then the third thing that I said was we manufacture our own products. Never, no network marketing companies, rarely do they manufacture their own products, and they don't spit patches out as fast as Coleman Dillman can spit them out. I mean, everything might not be perfect because it's our fault. This is a team. It's your fault that they can't keep up with customer service. So you need to be customer service. That's your blessing, right? Your blessing is we don't have everything perfect, okay? But the best thing that we got going for the only two things we need. They never missed delivery, logistics, of shipping the X39. Are you with me? And they don't miss paying us. What more do you need? We can handle all the rest as long as they can do those two things. All right. So that's what we got our hands on. And those are three things that you need to bring to attention when people say, why is everybody winning here? That's why. All right. So let's go to the next thing here. Okay. We already talked about this. So make sure you get your tickets. I can't stress it enough. It's up to you. If you want to be in the energy, you want your team to see what we saw experience this week. And I will say this much, when you come to the in-person Rise Up or you watch it on virtual, and by the way, the virtual is going to be very virtual. We're going to get or what am I saying? When you're interactive, Andy, right? We're going to be very interactive on the virtual. So it's going to be unique. It's going to be much different than you've ever experienced on a live virtual event. So get ready, get your team on there, and it's going to be powerful. How many are you going to have on there? Set a goal. Set a goal how many you're going to have on. And they want to have their replay as well, okay? Let's see here. All right, so I already had that on there. Let's go here. Okay, so we have that's the virtual. We also have the in-person. I've got that coming up, I think, in the slides. But I want to get this real quick. This is what I came up here first thing because I want you to really get this, all right? This is the star of the show right here, okay? There isn't anything more important than the X39, okay? I mean, this guy is going to push out $4 billion worth of patches. Are you with me? Did you hear that? I meant to say I'm going to have a Guinness with him, Ricky. When we go to Ireland, we're going to have a Guinness with Coleman, right? And toast. This guy hasn't missed shipping the pat. He stands up there with confidence. I deliver. And he does. Am I right? Andy, you never missed any patches, right? I mean, he delivers. Since we started, he hasn't missed a beat. Now, I have to take my hat off to my wife because I don't know where it was in our notes because, Jay, we were down on our luck when we started July 1st, 2022, right? To this day, more people know Jay, more people know Rochelle than anybody than I mean, more people know a lot of you. When we go to a restaurant, nobody knows us. When we fly in an airplane, nobody knows us. I mean, that's not very good influence, am I right? Nobody knows us anywhere. And we're still doing it. So think about it. They might not know you way back in the corner. They don't know us either. You can go make this happen. But you got to zone in and know what you're talking about. When they say, I already seen the patches, I don't care what you think you saw, you didn't see. How hard is that? That at least set her up to attention. My friends in Europe, I already heard of that. How many people in Europe have they said, I've already heard of X39? I mean, I've already heard of LifeWave, right? They never heard of X39. Okay, if you heard of LifeWave, where are they in the momentum ranks? I don't know. Who's the number one team in all LifeWave? I don't know. So you don't know anything. See? That's how my friends in Europe, so I have to talk to them and now, it's up to them if they want more of life. If they just want to settle for whatever kind of job they got, then stay there. I'm only pulling it to attention. Renita, I'm on to something. You know what I mean? You heard Mike's, I'm just calling out my personals. They didn't want it. Even my friend Paolo, he said it on the mic last night, or yesterday when he spoke, or 2 days ago. He said, we didn't want to do it when we first started, okay? So isn't it great? Start jumping up and down. All the people that don't, Mike didn't want to do it. Paolo didn't want to do it. Nobody wants to do it. You're going to be the best at this. Are you ready? I hope they say I don't want to do it. Great, you relate to everybody. Start thinking what you got to start. I don't know what you're saying. I don't say good stuff. I just get their attention. And you got to do that, all right? So it's more of a zinger to get them to sit into attention. So this is the star of the show. He didn't say we're popping out $4 billion worth of water machines, did he? Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. We don't even have them, okay? So it's a great technology. Maybe we'll have it someday, but we don't have it now. We have this for your future, okay? And it's only $99 versus $6,000 or whatever they're going to say that the water filters are. I mean, does anyone have trouble getting $99, squeezing it out of their friend? Try to get $6,000. All right, let's get focused here, right? We want you to win. This is why we're sitting you to attention today so you can finish 2024 strong. Get as many people on the virtual event in 2025 so you rock 2025. But if you're the only one on, I'll commend you, great, but you won't be compounding your effort. You won't be duplicating yourself. You got to get this. You got to have the people on. We only talk about X39. You heard Kendall up there. She didn't say quercetin. She didn't say Aeon, or I don't even know what they do. I don't know what they do. I'm sorry, but I don't, okay? I believe in David Schmidt, so I will say I wear them all at night. Everywhere. Sometimes, like Gino say, hey, I think somebody's at the door, lawn man or something, and I forget that they're all over me, and I say hello, and I'm like, oh my gosh. What the heck's going on? They must not work because you need so many of them. So don't kid yourself. We use them all. I didn't study them because I don't want to be a doctor or try to say anything. This patch protocol, put it out of the window. Okay, please, Ricky, when you come up here, or Carrie, tell them there. Somebody said to the people said to him, how is your team going so fast? And Ricky just flat out said to them, you're all out in the weeds. You're talking about too much stuff. We talk about one thing, we stick you with an X39 and we get you signed up. All right. So again, it might be difficult. Asia's actually giving us holding back because that's our specialty, building in Asia. I see the same faces every single year. So for 2 years, so we know what's going on. There's no major momentum happening there. Okay. You know why? Because all the corporate team are teaching them everything about the patches, slowing them down for you and me. It's God's blessing for you and I to have a huge Asian business. Are you ready? Australia, where's the biggest melting pot for Asians? Right there in your country. Let's go, right? It's going to be wild. Now, hey, they'll start coming. You just keep doing what you're doing. Give it up to these guys. They've already passed up the Korean volume in Australia. That's not normal. That's not normal in networking. But let me help you. Take it off to Misha and Tessa and their team for plugging in and listening. It might be hard sometimes to listen to us because, I mean, we really are kind of bold and tell you the way it is, right? It's not easy, okay? But they're like, man, these guys must be onto something. And when you see results, I'm a person. I'm like Harvey Monk. I'm a copycat. I was taking notes of the people that sounded like they were making things happen. I took notes before I started this. All they said was stay on X39. And when you see the results, am I right, Tessa? When you see everybody going across the stage from This Is It team, you must say, something's going on. I'm copying whatever they're saying. That's what I did. Come to find out, the ones I took notes weren't even SPDs. I mean, they sounded convincing. But thank goodness they were telling me what to say to people about on the X39. So I only talk about this when we talk to people. Ever. You'll never hear a video of me talking about any other patch. If you hear somebody talking about other patch, they're slowing their business and yours down. I'll tell you that right now. I already know it for a fact because you can't. Okay, here's just a word picture. Somebody, my Korean team with Mike, he was wherever Mike's at, he said, Steve, the Koreans want to know why the Japanese went up and then they plateaued. Everyone you'll see that wasn't going across the stage or didn't have teams, going across the stage, you can get to a level acting like you know everything about the patches, but once you do, you're not duplicatable. You understand? Don't you just want to be duplicatable to work yourself out of a job, or do you want to be the person that has to keep telling everybody, okay, put this patch right here, and then put this one down here, and and you're taking on forever. Well, we're out. Matt Curtis is just sponsoring people left and right. How many did you sponsor in the first 30 days? 27. You think he was like telling them how to use them? Just stick it. He was even on vacation, right? Okay, so X39, you stay zoned in, and it's very simple. Now that we got a video that says stem cell, you can use my script, right? It's right there. Now, I'm not going to read through this whole thing. We only got 14 minutes I got left. So take a picture of it, but it's on our websites, and use your own word pick. Use your own personality. But you got to use stem cell. I love how Ken Robinson, he just says, you know anything about stem cells? How hard is that? Okay. Now I've kind of changed a little bit. When me and Ken were in the car and Gina called us out and said, hey, how come you're not talking to the driver? Right? We said, yeah, why aren't we talking to the driver, Ken? So we looked at him. We said, hey, what have you done for a living? I love on the website, on contacting, inviting on the 10-step pattern. If you have a hard time talking to people, go through the form process. Family, occupation, recreation, what do they like to do for fun, and motive. I'm not going to go through it, but I talked to them. I said, hey, what do you do? Is that all you do as your driver? Now, he wasn't an Uber driver. He drove for the big Suburban, right, that took us here. And he said, no, I used to be an engineer, but after COVID, I couldn't get a job anymore, so I'm a driver now. So we said, oh my gosh, do you like making money? I love making money. And we told him what we were on to. We got this technology nobody knows about. It reactivates your own stem cells. You're going to be rich. Oh, my gosh. And he cried, literally cried right then, cried to us when we got out of the car and said, thank you. What a blessing that you shared this with me. Now, all I could do is share it with him. It's up to the person. Now, I'm not taking the credit because Gina called us out, but at least I spoke to him. Right, Ken? Ken saw me do the whole thing. I leaned. I got forward. I was right into it, right? And we were missing the Steelers game. Ken wanted to watch the Steelers game, but we're putting it aside to share something with this guy's life. We could change his life, right? But I don't care what you say, but you got to get to start. I use the X39 to get their attention, but people, the only reason I'm talking to you is find out, do you want something more for your family? Now, Mike comes right out and says, hey, you want to make some money? Gina loves to meet them, say, compliment them on whatever they're good at, maybe their personality. You'd be great at my business. Let's talk right away business. Why are they walking across that stage? Because people are building their business. 99.9% of all the people that come to our meetings want to make money. You with me? And let's not kid ourselves about health. I've been talking about this, but I got to help you on this one. When you go home on Monday, look out your window. You probably live in a very nice neighborhood. Is there anybody jogging? Okay, 2 people out of the 100, about the 10,000 live in your neighborhood. Okay, you might be riding your bike like me. I see nobody around. I mean, A1A, there's 10 people, right? There's hundreds of thousands, millions of people. Nobody's exercising. Go to the gym. Go to the health food store on a Saturday. Why are we on this big health kick when nobody cares? Serious. There's nobody at the health food store. That's where you get the healthy stuff that don't taste good, right? And no one's there. So don't think. Now, somebody been coming up to me all day saying, oh my gosh, you guys look really amazing. I said, hey, when you start being worth something, now you want to get in shape. All right? You'd be surprised how many people start making money. Now, all of a sudden, they're worried about their health because they're worth more alive than dead. All right? So don't kid yourself. Have some fun, and don't be so stuck on the health. If you get only stuck on the X39, by the way, they won't even know. I could tell if you open up and you talk about business from the way that the person, your prospect, came to me. If all they're asking me about is fibromyalgia and neuropathy and all these words I don't even know about, all right, I know you didn't talk about business. If they're saying, hey, how do I make $1 million? Come over here, I'll help you. And it's so less stressful. Am I right, Cindy? I mean, when you're not talking about the health only, I'm not saying you don't lead with it. Your stem cells are going dormant if you're not wearing the X39, the only technology that can reactivate your brain cells that are going dormant. Do you want your brain cells to be active? Where's your wife? You're scratching your head, right? So you got to find out, do they understand that? And because nobody knows about this technology and every person needs it. I love this. You can walk tall because a billionaire needs their brain cells reactivated. This isn't like shampoo or something. I don't mean to pick on that, Kendall, but I mean, it's not like it's not like weight loss that everybody's got a weight loss. I mean, you kind of put your head down with all those kind of products. Here it's like, do you want your stem cells reactive or are you going to live with them dormant? That's a whole different attitude. You walk out of here with confidence, but you know what you're looking for. You're starting, whether you're confident like Mike and Gina talking about business right away, or you're like me and you got to use a crutch to get the conversation started to find out if they're looking for an opportunity. That is the key to making this happen. I hope you got that. I don't want you to don't get off track And that's why I'm starting early with that. Okay, I got 9 minutes. Oh, no, I'm going to go fly through those. All right. Okay, real quick. When I do, I want to give you this heads up here, because this is probably one of the biggest thing that people have is contacting. Would you agree? So contacting is not if you don't get it, we need you to get it. Okay. So you start the conversation. Do they all go perfect? No, I just remember the ones that they win at. So nothing is going perfect. But I will say, you see how when they call me out, I at least challenge them. Are you sure you don't want to make some more money? Is your wife around? You know what I mean? You got to call them out a little bit. And if they both hang up on you, then okay. Now, when I get their attention, I don't even ask them, do you want more information? Right, Ken? The guy said he was interested. It's okay, great. You got to be like when you go to a doctor, when they come to your career, if you're a mortgage broker like Kevin, they guide you what to do, right? So you got to be that here. You're confident. Okay. I'm going to send you a link. This is it info. You want to watch the first video. It's going to explain. It's going to have the stem cell video we saw the other night. It's going to be on there. Don't change a thing. This is what caused all this momentum. Don't try, I'm going to send this video here. That's old networking. We got a one product link landing page with everything on it. It's got Dr. Stillman. It's got everybody you need on there. Okay. So I'm going to send that. Now, because you want to get making money, because I've already found out I want to make money, I'm sending you the order form. Okay. The order form is on This Is It Team. You go to downloads. It's the first thing that pops up. You can do what you want, but this is what I send because it catches their attention. They say, ignite the power of X39. Oh my gosh. They're already seeing it. All right. So I'm sending that to them with, if you want to send a link because you use links, then send it to them. I tell them, print it out, fill it out, take a picture, text me back. You see how quick I said that? Because I say it every day. All right. So I'm already assuming they're getting in, and I tell them. I got it in my notes. Kendall, I don't know where you guys put it, but I put it in my notes, and I just copy paste, and I say, hey, the best way to get in is on advanced package, better yet, Premier. So advanced, you get at least advanced or Premier. I don't even talk about the core, and I say you need to get on 2 sleeve subscription so you can make money with me. Otherwise, you can only make $100 a week on 1 subscription. So I'm already telling them, I'm guiding them. Here's the order form. Here's how you get in. The only follow-up I have, where's your order form? It isn't like, what do you think about the X39? I'm already assuming nobody knows about it. Everybody needs it. The testimonies are on This Is It info. You don't need everybody's testimony because they're all on there. So I'm just telling you how we send it out and we expect them to get in, but we're talking about business from the time we prospect them and send them everything they want. If you only send them This Is It info, then you're calling them back about the product and, how's your aches and pains or your fibromyalgia or whatever, right? So, but if you're talking business, it's so much easier, okay? And there's the PIBs that you're going to be able to make when you sign up, the packages, the new packages. So we've got them here. They're up. This is exactly what we were doing before. They just changed the name. Instead of gold, you say advanced, okay? Instead of silver, you say core. Instead of diamond, you say premium, okay? I never sold it on anyone that I'm going to make money on you anyways. I never told anyone that you make money if you're not qualified as a premier or diamond in the past, you're going to make money. I never talked about that anyways. Just sign up. The number one most important thing to get the premier pack is so your own mini warehouse. Number one, and you get 2 months paid for subscription, all included in the price. If I didn't FedEx product to Renita and Scott, if I didn't drive over to Mike and Cy and give them product, they might never have known what they were in a week. So now they give it back to me. It's loaning. You're loaning, you're placing, and then replacing, and then you're repeating. You just keep place, replace, repeat. You just keep loaning the people your slides so they're not waiting for their product. Mike patched all those people. He was mad the next day. You heard his story? And then he upgraded from a gold to a diamond because I took him all his 5 sleeves. Now it's 6. I took them all to him. You think you're pretty serious if you come over here? Here's your whole order, ready to go. I think you might sit up in your seat if I brought you your 6 sleeves the first day you signed up, or I FedExed them to you and said, I'm loaning these to you. When you get yours, you give them back to me. Start patching. That's a whole different attitude than saying, well, whenever you get it, maybe you get it. Tell me when it comes. You wonder how you make it happen fast. You're ready and you're prepared, but that's the number one reason to get the premier. Guy, every single person that came across the stage from executive above got the premier package. It was the old diamond, but they got at least the biggest package sooner or later. Many of them upgraded, so learn from their mistake. Get it now. This isn't like, we're not on trial anymore. This is going to explode. This is going to explode after here. This will probably be the biggest month LifeWave ever had right now. So this isn't like just happening. I want to cover this a little bit, and I need the leaders to help pitch in a little bit because I don't get to talk to everybody so much because everybody's helping and building, but I want you to get this, okay? If it was me, I would only use the This Is It team PowerPoint. Now, you might say, hey, I like certain things. Okay, if you do and your upline is with if you're a leader on my team, get to me. Let's agree or agree to disagree. Because if you, remember, you don't go to one McDonald's and it's different from the second McDonald's. Okay, if I change the slide, just think about it. I might not like everything about it. Let's, for instance, and I'm not trying to pick on Andy and Mandy and their team, but they like to use blue ocean, red ocean. I don't know what it is, and neither does anybody else. I just like to say, and I mean, I get it because you taught me, but I just want you to say that. Just giving that example, you might be saying something even that's easy because all it means is products that everybody has or product that they don't have. But in the slideshow, it says, me too. We don't have a me too product. Now we can maybe come up with something better, but let's keep it as simple and agree to disagree. If we all stay on the same, because you're wondering why all these people are going across the stage. Okay, I'm helping you. You stay on the same page. You don't deviate, even though you like something. Okay, as a team, we're a team. This is not a Gestapo. Everybody is in part of this. I don't care if you're the latest person in. We need your help. We need you on the team. We need your leadership. So let's figure it out. I want to get this down to less slides. Gina wants to get to half the slides. So that's less information. Some of us, would you agree, Cindy? We might be giving them too much for a brand new person. We've been shooting all week videos because Mike brought it up. We need 10-minute videos to send to people when they say, I want to see it. So instead of sending them a 45-minute, you get a 10-minute. Okay? Okay. So Andy, see what I mean? I didn't mean to call you out. I'm just saying that all of us should really figure out how we can get them less instead of more. Right? I think. Would you agree? We want to get it, as I think we won't lose so many people. So that's just me. I'm giving you my input. Everything's on This Is It team right now. You can download everything that I just said. I wanted to give you a heads up on these sample cards, banners, and order forms. One thing about us is we like pads of the order form. We got a printer that is dirt cheap. We only charge what he charges, and we have now. You can get the sample cards, I think, from Vistacard or Vistaprint. But we have this printer, and we're gonna offer this website right down there where you can order in bulk. So if you're a leader, you could order them for your team. So Pam in the Midwest, she could order for her team. It's so much more professional. We were with Pam and we handed out all these order forms. You're expecting them to get in. You want to hand them out like water. Matt fills out their names, said, hey, I got everything on here except for your credit card ready to go. Now I could get your credit card online, but I'm going to ask you for it. All right, so he's already got their name on it, and he's going at it. That's how he got his 40 in. He took 2 pads, 50, 25 in a pad, and filled it out. So you can go and get these from the shop. All right. Of course, keep on the pro strategy. We got to have something that This Is a team all uses. You patch, you revisit or follow up, and you point to the opportunity, or you be the opportunity. Go manage. We talk about these are all printed. They're all fixed now to the exact way that they need to qualify. And by the way, if you didn't understand the company, we were telling you on This Is a team that the way to qualify, I think Andy's going to go over it, is 300 PV and then 180 left. Two people, 180 right. The company made a mistake because they were like a startup company. We're being patient with them, but they said you only have to get a starter kit and half a sleeve. We only talk about X39 sleeves. So we always say 1 sleeve so you can make $100 a week, 2 sleeve, you can make everything in the compensation plan, only X39. We don't confuse anybody, anything. That's all we're doing is saying X39. My daughter has the compensation sheet up already. If you want to be on the email or the text started costing about $3,000 a text, so I don't think that's wise with my money. So I figured if you want to get the text updates and the email, go to that QR code real quick if you can. I got 40 seconds, so I'll put it back up there in a little bit later, and you can go through that. Rise Up is here. I already went through this, the VIP thing. So the VIP event is going to be off the chart. We're going to go to our own private show and our own private dinner because we want to have an experience with This Is a team in Las Vegas at Warray Studios. It's going to be wild what's going to happen in the new year. Look at this room right here if you want to know if it's going to be packed. We just opened this up to you, so all the tickets would probably be sold by the end of the day. So this is going to be, and you could just go to this scanner code and we can help you. By the way, if anyone needs it, just ask your upline. They all know about it. This is coming up. I already told you about it. The more people you have there, the better. We're only taking a deposit, so at least you could just get your seat. Now you could say, I'm signed up. I'm bringing you. You want to leave you don't want to leave your family, but if you're going to have to leave to come to one event a year, you want to make your time the most wise as you can by bringing as many people as you possibly can. Does it feel good, Carl, when you got all these people you got here? You know they're all learning, and you don't have to call them and tell them what everything David said. It's amazing, all right? So join our Facebook page. The YouTube channel has all the replays. There's so many people on the Facebook that say, where's the replay? I'm like, oh my gosh. I want them to be big, but I'm already thinking, did they not get it? The replays are always on This Is It Team YouTube channel. So keep it very simple. You guys got it. It's been great. I tried to get this morning out of the block, so you got like the basics here of what's happening right here as everyone's coming up to go through now and clean up everything that I just said so that you can really get it and understand it. But at least we started it showing you, hey, you get it. X39, the game plan is to stay focused, zoned in, focused for 70 days. You got to go home and do more than you ever done. You got to go make it happen like you never did before. More smile, more excitement in your eyes, more energy in your voice, okay? And get this thing done and set yourself up to have an amazing 2025. Look at Kendall in 4 months, changed her life. Think about that. Give her a hand, all right? So I don't mean to call her out, but she did get all those trophies. All right, so hey, it's been great. Can't wait for the next speaker. Great.